Hi, my name is Lauren, and I'm here to give the Motivational Monday. And we're going to be talking about war. How would you show up if you were going to go on the battlefield? Would you show up in your pajamas? Would you show up in streetwear? No, that'd be crazy. You would show up fully armored, ready to go. And that is what God is talking to us about in Ephesians 6. We're going to be talking about 17 through 20. But first, I want to summarize verses 10 through 16, where Paul is talking to the church of Ephesus. And he says, put on the armor of God so that you are prepared. And so he's saying, know the word, know the gospel, be ready to go and share. Have faith, and faith that is not doubting, so you can extinguish those fiery flames and darts that the evil one's gonna try to throw our way. And so he's saying all of that, but I'm going to focus on prayer. And verses 17 through 20 say, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying at all times in the Spirit with all prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert with all perseverance, making supplication for all the saints, and also for me, that words may be given to me in opening my mouth boldly to proclaim the mystery of the gospel, for with which I am an ambassador in chains, that I may declare it boldly as I ought to speak. And so I want to talk about prayer and what can that look like. So in preparation, we can be praying to God to help embolden us, to give us the words to speak, because we know ultimately that God is the only one who can change hearts. And we need to be reliant on Him in that moment and be able to prepare our hearts before we go out and share the gospel. But while we're on the battlefield, we know that we are having bombs thrown at us, many different areas. As Paul said earlier, those fiery flames are being thrown at us all the time. And so we know that God is our walkie-talkie. He is our life source. He's our lifeline. And so we can rely on Him in the moment to, again, tell us the words to speak, to change the hearts, because we know that we can't do anything apart from Him. He's the only one who can do anything and change any of those hearts. And so we need to rely on Him in that. And also, Paul is talking about how he is asking prayer for himself, that he would be able to boldly share the gospel. And so while we have brothers and sisters overseas in the same area sharing the gospel, we need to pray for other people as well. Again, for them to have reliance, for them to have boldness in sharing the gospel, because they're in totally different trenches than we are. And we need to rely on the Lord and be prepared to go. And so I just want to encourage you with that. Be prepared, know the word, know the gospel, be ready to share, but ultimately have reliance on the Lord.